Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rewind by Affinity Streaming. I am Control, joined as always by Charlie. How are you, Charlie?
Hey, how you doing?
Great, amazing. Today's movie is called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure from 1989. It is 90 minutes, rated PG. Is this a first watch or a rewatch for you, Charlie?
This is a first watch, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never seen it.
Wow, nice. I actually saw it in the theater. That showed you how old I am. Yeah. I saw it in the
Well,
theater.
did you? Why'd you pick it? Like to go to the theater, and why to revisit it?
I don't know. I hadn't seen it in a while. I knew a sequel came out that I wanted to see, so I wanted to come back and watch this first.
Okay.
Does it make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Did you like it in the theater?
I remember loving it in the theater. Like I was like in high school, so that was just like right up my alley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get started, guys, please like this video on YouTube, subscribe, please follow us on all your podcasting. Follow our podcast.
Yeah.
It is a 83% on Rotten Tomatoes critic score, 75% audience score, and a 5.3 on Film Affinity. Directed by Stephen Herrick and starring Keanu Reeves. So, what did you think of it, Charlie? As a first watcher,
It's a very silly movie.
it was very silly. It made no sense. I was like going through and I was like, this made no sense. And then I was like, you know what? I don't think it's supposed to make sense.
I don't think it is. It's like I don't know. It's like it's barely a movie. Also, it's like barely.
Yeah, very short, 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah.
No, I mean not the length. I mean, there's like barely a plot. There's barely characters in it. Even it was just like.
I mean, they have to save humanity. So I mean, so their music brings everyone together.
They just got to do their report.
Fun. But passing their report keeps them together, and then in the future they make music that makes the world a peaceful place. Makes sense to me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. It's just like that's what I mean. It's like there's barely a plot, which is fine
in the plot.
You know.
So yeah, so it's Bill and Ted. I mean, for those of you who've never seen this movie, spoilers are ahead, but I think everyone, well, except for Charlie at this point, had seen the movie. It's Bill and Ted. They're two like dummies, I guess. They're two idiots from high school.
I like how they're very dumb, but they talk like very like elevated. You know, like they're trying to talk like they're like college professors or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like and they're in the class talking to like their history teacher and was like, "Oh yeah, my distinguished colleague and I want to thank you for your lessons."
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm Esquire." You can call himself Esquire, isn't that like I'm William Bill S. Preston Esquire?
Like, yeah.
That was fun.
And also, I love how like they're the only ones that talk like that. Everyone else is completely normal, like everyone else.
I guess they're supposed to be like I don't know, like Valley dudes, Valley girls, like.
Yeah, but nobody else acts like that.
No.
Like,
yeah,
everyone else is completely normal. Like, I just think it's funny.
Yeah, it was funny. So I thought their high school was nice too. Maybe that was just me. It seemed like a nice high school. Like
it seemed like a normal high school
exterior. I guess I don't know. My high school is just horrible.
Yeah, maybe.
So they have to. First of all, things that made me chuckle was Missy, was his mom, Missy, and her grilled cheese, her attempt to make a grilled cheese. It was all burnt. I thought that made me laugh.
Yeah, I like God, like the line was like, "Oh, remember when she was a senior and we were fresh?" That's such a creep.
That's great. Maybe his dad is rich or something. I don't know. And his dad is a creep. Like, why would you date someone that was at your kid's high school?
I don't know, man. Either a creep or like I don't know. It's like maybe he was one of the teachers because then it seemed like she was like interested in the history teacher.
That's true. She remembered him at least. She was telling my show low
at the end to like, "Oh hi, it's been a while." I don't know. Maybe she said that thing for teachers. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
that life person.
So they meet Rufus. Rufus is sent back to make sure that they pass the test. Rufus, played by the late great George Carlin. He passed, right? Yep. George
I
Carlin.
didn't recognize him at first. Well, I knew George Carlin was in the movie, but I was like, but when I seen George Carlin, he's been much older. So.
Yeah. This is young George Carlin.
Yeah. And he's pretty funny in this.
Yeah, he was in this. Just to give you a glimpse into how sad my childhood was. The first time I saw a Circle K, I was so excited because of this movie. Like, I had never seen a Circle K before, and I never even heard of it. And then one day, like in college, I saw a Circle K, and I was like, Circle K, that's what they were talking about in Bill and Ted.
God, it's from the movie.
It's from the movie. I was so excited. Anyway, so they meet outside the Circle K with their former selves. They go through all this interesting, like, time travel.
Oh, you missed the part where they're like, "Oh, how do we know it's really you? What number am I thinking?" They're all it's like 69, dude.
And yeah, that was dumb. You see, that was the humor that, like, I don't know, people loved that. I don't know, like the potty humor.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine. It's just like it's just so everything in the movie is just so like silly. It's like
Yeah, it was really a silly movie.
yeah, but it's like fun. It's like there's no. It's nice. It's kind of nice that there's no like stakes really or anything. It's just like
Yeah,
because like especially because like it's time travel. So you already know like things work out because they come back like
yeah. I guess the fun is in them getting there. And
yeah. I mean the fun is just what it's like. It made me think of Coneheads, how like that because like they're similar in that they're both just there's like there's like almost no plot and they're kind of just like sequences of events,
yeah,
like little skits almost.
yeah.
But this one just works so much better. I guess because the main characters are a lot more likable and fun.
So you enjoyed this more than you did Coneheads?
Oh yeah, a lot more.
Okay.
Like it's enjoyable to watch, you know.
All right. So they get the phone booth time machine. I don't know if that was like I don't know what the symbolism was. That like a nod to Doctor Who, or was it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I guess because Doctor Who's much older than that.
yeah.
But then I also like how like to choose like the time. It's like actually a phone book. It's like
Yeah.
phone book
Yep.
to like choose a date.
Yep. Some people probably wouldn't even have noticed that.
I know. Did they even make phone books anymore? I don't think
they do. I think they're like really thin though. I think they're like not as
Yeah,
like they used to be like just
Yeah, we used to have two. One was for like residents. One was for like
businesses. Yeah, you could like really beat people up with a phone book, but now you can't. It just
Yeah, I know. And like you could like call you would find like everyone in the city on there. You could just like call people like
yeah. Like in that movie we did with Jamie Lee Curtis called Blue Steel, where they just looked her up in the phone book. She was one of only 3 like Jane Smiths in New York.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you can just that's so weird. Like I guess now you can just Google them.
Yeah, just Google them, I guess. So Rufus finds him at the Circle K. He gives him the time machine. The first person they go get is Napoleon.
Yeah.
We also did the Napoleon movie, starring Joe Queen Phoenix on the Affinity Shroom podcast. So go check that out. Joaquin. I always screw that up. Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. Thank you, Charles. Joaquin Phoenix. And they leave Napoleon with his little brother. I guess his little brother I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
thought he was funny.
Yeah, like just like the way they just like leave him in the bed, like, oh yeah, this will be fine.
Yeah. They're like, make sure you watch him. And he's like, okay. And it was just like, that made me laugh too.
And like Napoleon doesn't even try to leave. He's just like, I guess this is my life.
He was funny. So they're traveling all around getting people, Billy the Kid, Socrates, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I like how so like at first like they like Billy the Kid, they have like a whole sequence in like the bar. There's like a bar fight and they're running away. And then they're going like who do they get? Socrates is
Socrates, they just just kidnapped him. Really,
Yeah, they
as
just
Beethoven. Yeah, they just
it's pretty funny because they're like telling Socrates like, "Oh yeah, it's like dust in the wind," and he's like, "Ah, ha, ha, ha." They're all like laughing, and then they kind of just like they're like laughing. They kind of just like lead him to the phone booth and they take him away. Like,
Yeah, we're not going to discuss how they fit all those people in the phone booth, but we'll leave that to the imagination.
yeah,
Um,
it's very crowded.
it's got very crowded. At one point, they were like even like they had it tilted, and they were just
Yeah, I thought that was great.
that was funny. So they go to like meet these princesses. I don't know what time was that. The Joan of Arc time they went to. No, it was a different time.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Different time that they just kidnapped these princesses out of their time.
Well, they tried to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they show up at the end also.
Yeah, like I don't know. They're like they're gonna get married off, so they're trying to like rescue them. But that's about it. Again, just like there's so little like plot to it.
Yeah, it's just like let's just throw this here and see what sticks.
Yeah. We'll just have a scene where they get princesses, I guess.
Yeah. So the movie was originally 2 hours and something, so they cut a lot of it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's
That
like
kind of tracks because it's like because after the princesses, they pick up like 5 or 6 more people, and it's just like very quick thing.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so it's like maybe there was a lot more for each one, like a little thing for each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a inappropriate F word used after they hug in the castle after they're like fighting in the suits of armor.
No, yeah.
And that like caused some tension like in like later showings of the movie.
Yeah.
What else did I like?
Oh, the future guys, they're like it's so cool.
Future guys are cool with their sunglasses.
Their sunglasses, they're like weird robes.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that scene when they go back, when they go forward to the future.
Yeah.
They do this little like dance number, I guess. There was some little like all the people were like doing this little like dance thing, and some of those extras were going so hard. Like this is my big moment. I'm gonna go so hard at this. I was just cracking up and watching some of those guys in the background. They were like,
man, there's like other fun stuff in the background, like when they're at the princess area, like when they're first like getting out, you can see like Billy and Socrates are like throwing a football around. Or just in the background, like throwing a football back and forth. It's just
like... Would either of them know what a football was?
No, that's what we know. Why was there a why did they bring a
why did they have a football? Yeah.
Where did it come from? Like, who had it? But anyway, they're like, and it's like Billy. It's like Billy is the one teaching Socrates what it is. That's like,
yeah, like how does Billy know how to throw a football?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's like a deleted scene where like they're telling Billy like, "Oh yeah, it's football, dude."
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
There's also like Napoleon. Like, didn't ice cream already exist in Napoleon's era? Like he never had ice cream before. That just seemed weird to me.
You're thinking of Neapolitan ice cream?
No, not thinking I'm sure they had ice cream before. Like, what was Napoleon's birthday? Like 1840 something? I don't know. 1640? You know, whatever.
I don't know if they had ice cream then.
You know, if they had
these are different.
Right. I guess I should have Googled that before.
Yeah. But anyway, because like they have scenes where they go back to Napoleon and he's just like with his little brother. They take him out to ice cream and he just eats all the ice cream.
And they take him bowling and then ditch him.
Yeah, well, he's like cheating at bowling.
Yeah.
He's like very obviously cheating and he's like looking around like no one can see him.
Were they on like a double date with some middle schoolers? Like what?
That's what it looked like. Like they picked some other kids and there's it's like really it's just like silly where it's just like what
yeah.
If you try to think about the context, like it doesn't make any sense, but it's just like I don't know. Everyone in the movie is just like crazy and there's like along for the ride, I guess.
Yeah. I did thoroughly enjoy the mall scene, like all the characters interacting with different stuff in the mall. That was probably my favorite moment of the movie.
Yeah. Which one was your favorite?
I like Billy and Socrates trying to hit on those two girls. I thought that was hilarious. And of course Beethoven playing the like electric.
Yeah, I thought I thought he would be like disgusted at like the electronic playing. but he just like leans into it. He's like, "Oh my god, you can be so much more." He's just like playing, yeah, and he's playing like 6 pianos at once.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah.
So I guess there really is no like plot to like talk about. They just grab everybody and show up at their like high school and put on this big production for their final grade.
Yeah, there's like some slight tension because at the mall they all get arrested. All like
Right. Oh, I forgot about that whole
the
thing where they had to break them out of jail.
yeah, the history people all get arrested because they're causing a scene at the mall. Because Bill and Ted leave them to go get Napoleon because Napoleon just they ditched Napoleon. So they have to go find him.
So I the other thing I had a problem with was like I feel like once they got to the prison scene, the writers didn't really know what to do, so they just started like making up all this. Oh, let's leave a note here. Remember the garbage can, and it just like they just started throwing stuff in there. Like
yeah, well, it's how time travel. You just if you left something there for yourself in the past, then it would be there waiting for you.
Be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
They just were like, hey, what do we do here? And they just threw that in.
Yeah, they're like, come on, it's time to wrap it up. But they tied it together because it's like, oh, so I was the one who took my dad's keys.
Yes.
Your dad was looking for his keys at the beginning.
His crazy dad who wanted to send him to military school. That was funny. What happened? Did they mention what happened to his mom?
No.
Okay.
No one knows.
No one.
Or either of their moms.
Either moms, yeah, because he has.
Because Missy is obviously not his mom.
Yeah, Missy's his stepmom. I felt like also like I guess it was a combination of all, because there were 3 teachers there. It was a combination of all 3 history classes got together in the auditorium to give their presentations.
There's like so many.
Yeah, so many people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you had to listen to that many,
I know.
Everyone like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was a long, long day of. I guess I felt like it was a Saturday though. Like I was all confused about.
There's no days.
There's no days.
I guess that was there even school because like his brother wasn't in school the whole day.
Yeah, his brother was bowling with Napoleon, but he had to go to school to do a report. And then I felt like that was a long history report because like each person did a little thing on stage. Like it felt like that went on for like 30 minutes. But
it was great production at the stage,
Great production.
They had the lights and the smoke and
they got that together real fast. They're just like, all right, do this.
Well, they cut the scene where they say like, remember to set up the lights ahead of time.
Yeah, to be dumb, they were pretty smart though. I mean,
I know. Oh, my favorite dumb smart moment is like very early on where they're trying to study for like the history thing, and they can't figure out who George Washington is, but they do know who Captain Ahab is from Moby Dick. Why should you know that but not? But like I don't know. It's like I guess I had the impression that they were good at other things, just very bad at history.
They're gonna become good at music apparently.
Yeah, maybe they were good at literature or something.
And one of the things that I think came from this movie, he said strange things are afoot at the Circle K or something like that.
Yeah,
that was like an iconic line. I remember kids saying that, like, even though we didn't have a Circle K,
really,
it was just like, oh, strange things are afoot at the Circle K, or maybe that was just my imagination. Anyway, so what'd you think overall? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was fun.
It's a fun movie. Oh, so you're in on the sequels?
I haven't seen them.
All right, but you'd be interested in watching both sequels?
Yeah.
And the cartoon show. There was a cartoon, and there was also a 7-episode live action television show that I didn't know existed.
Now, yeah, a cartoon would actually work pretty well because this basically was a cartoon.
Yeah, it was a cartoon
where there's again almost no stakes. Everything's resolved at the end of the thing, and and
time traveling teenagers.
Yeah, each episode you get a very simple arc where they're like, oh, let's go do this, and they're in the past and they do a thing and they're done.
Yeah, no consequences to the timeline. I feel like he would have at least give him. There'd been some plot point like don't screw up this or it'll screw up.
I know. I'm trying to.
Sure.
I kept thinking like what it would be if it was like made now or more recently. There would have been like a lot more like drama about like messing up the timeline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there would have been a lot more stuff about, I don't know, maybe someone tries to steal it. Like maybe Billy the kid is like, oh, I'm gonna use this to rob the bank or something.
Yeah.
There's like none of that. None of that. Just very low stakes.
Very low stakes. I guess they were just trying to keep it light for like
Yeah.
a dumb audience that came to see it.
Yeah.
It did make $40 million in the box office on a $10 million budget.
Wow.
So it was a kind of a hit.
Yeah, I guess they shouldn't need that much of a budget. They're just like in some basic costumes and
yeah,
no big set pieces really.
They did travel to Italy to do the castle scenes and stuff. Okay. That was about it. Funny thing you mentioned the budget. They couldn't afford to close the entire water park, so all those people at the water park were like actually there, and they just like filmed around them. So I thought that was funny. That was a great scene too. Yeah. With Napoleon in this underwater water park. Yeah.
Like really in that swimsuit.
I get it looked like maybe it was his underwear because they were old fashioned. Like maybe he just had his underwear on under his uniform.
Still think about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just
Will and Ted left a swimsuit for him because they knew that he was going to the water park. So they they were like, remember to leave a swimsuit for him, dude.
Yes.
So
and they were pretty, as another dumb smart moment, they knew Waterloo to go look for him at Waterloo, even though they don't. That was interesting.
Well, maybe at that point they were learning.
They were learning history. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It was originally released February 17th, 1989. Do you remember where you were on that day, February 17th?
I was not even yet.
Nice. So 1989 would have made me a sophomore in high school. So
perfect.
Sophomore comedy for a sophomore. There you go. Anything else you want to mention on this movie before we wrap it up?
Nah, it's just
nothing else.
It's a fun little movie. Good just to like put on for some night and just enjoy it.
Nice. I will mention one more person, Jane Whiteland, who played Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
She was a member of the Go-Go's, a band that I enjoyed as a high schooler. So I was excited to see her in this movie also, even though she had like 0 lines, I believe.
I don't think she said anything. But at the mall, she does like take over like the dance class.
Does the aerobics class at the mall. Yeah. That is correct.
Like how she just like shoves the teacher away.
The scene was cool though, like with when they went to pick her up, like she just thought it was like a voice of God speaking to her. I thought that was a cool little like touch they added there.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Thanks guys for joining us. We enjoyed watching this movie. We recommend you go see it. If you haven't, Bill and Ted's. For Charlie, I am Control. We'll see you next time on Rewind. See you.